to grind. It's when an individual pushes his or herself to work hard and hustle to attain a goal, dream, or outcome. And on this show, we feature people from all industries about what they do, how they do it, and the grind behind their success. This is GrindMode. What's up, everybody? We'd like to welcome you to Grind Mode, where we talk to business people, entrepreneurs about what they do, how they do it, and the grind behind everything they do. And on today's episode, I got my main man, the big homie, pretty much my mentor, one of my top mentors in everything that I've done in entrepreneur space, my man, Rich Black. And so we're going to go ahead and bring Rich Black onto the screen right now. What's up, Rich Black? How you doing? Or Mr. Dwight Richard Walker. Let's get this all the way since you got degrees and everything. Let's do it like that. How you doing today, sir?
It's all good. What's up, bro? What's going on? What up, Austin? What's going on, my G? What's going on?
Man, you know, I'm just up here in Indiana trying to stay on my square. That's it.
I see it, brother Gabe. We are doing that.
That's what's up. So, Rich, give us some background for people that don't know you. What you've done, what you're doing now, and what you run in the whole shebang. Because I'm like you. I do a lot of stuff, and you do a lot of stuff. I learned from a master. So go ahead and run them down, man.
Well, I'm Rich Black, aka El Jefe. You can follow me on Instagram, DAREALRICHBLECK. I'm CEO of Unique Broadcasting Network. It's an online radio-based radio stations across the country. I currently have stations in multiple cities: Baltimore, Atlanta, Miami, and we're doing big things. We're a streaming platform, and the hottest internet station in the country is called Highly Unique Radio, which is owned by me.
That's right.
Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not only that we're a radio station, but we are a media company, a broadcasting company. What we do is we try to bridge the gap between streaming and spins, which is a real fine line between those two. So what happens with that is that artists get your music played, and you're getting spins or you're getting streams. Spotify is a streaming platform. Tidal is a streaming platform. But then terrestrial radio is a spin platform. Well, Highly Unique Radio and the internet radio base we're in, we are doing both. We're giving artists the opportunity to get their music heard and seen and get tracking through BDS, digital radio tracker, or audibles. And that in change help them make money through sound exchange and other payment outlets for music streaming and audio streaming. So that's what we do. So I currently have a Highly Unique Radio in Atlanta. Also have a station in Miami called HUR Soul Flow, which is the Caribbean side of what we do. The apps are available on Google Play and the Apple Store. And we're a partner with TuneIn and a few other radio outlets. So that's what we do on the radio side. Then on the filming and content creation, I have a studio in Atlanta called Playhouse Studios. It's a filming studio. We do a lot of filming aspects of developing TV shows, concept shows, videos, and web movies. And in Miami, we have a building similar to that, a little bigger, way bigger.
Way bigger.
It's called Greenwood Studios, and we're called The Village. And we are a content creative platform. We build web series. We do remakes of movies, and we just help pushing the culture forward. And that's the whole goal of what we do, pushing the culture forward.
That's what's up. And it's I love to see where it's at because when I first met you, this is back in the day. I remember us both sitting in a room one day looking at our phones, and we both go, you know what? Everybody's going to listen to everything, watch everything on their phones.
Right.
This is 17 years ago.
Yep.
When we first started talking about how to start streaming media, how to start doing radio,
Right.
TV, and everything. And I remember going to a BB. We were at a BB
Right.
talking about it. He thought we were insane.
We were crazy. It's funny. I still talk to BB every day. Shout out to a BB Lewis at Circle House. It's my guy. He thought we were crazy. He thought, nah, it's not gonna happen. It's a waste of time. And now even his company is a part of streaming. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
you know, he's into content creation right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a funny thing. But yeah, I think 17 years ago, I saw it in a way before people saw it. At that time, I was just doing pirate radio, right? And I just thought I believe pirate radio was an amazing way to connect the underground to the mainstream. And it's nothing that I created concept. I was following some other entrepreneurs and pioneers in the business. Buttafuoco from Mick 96, DJ Khaled, Papa Keith. A lot of these guys were already Uncle Al. A lot of these guys were doing pirate radio in Miami, killing it. And I just felt that it had to be another level to it. And then, when you and I sat down, and I remember that conversation, and we realized that one, the FCC was chasing us, right? They were making it hard for pirate to really stay afloat, make money. We couldn't advertise well because we were underground. To stay under the radar, we couldn't take real money, and I just knew had something bigger than that. And so sitting down, looking at it, the common medium at the time, which was fast growing, was the phones.
Yeah.
The phone was going to be the next wave of communication and broadcasting. Now, the funny thing is, people couldn't see it at the time because your cell phone bill was too high.
Oh, we had cell phone bills then? Yeah, but yeah, your cell phone bills were too high.
Those who had us, who had a legal hookup, who had a cell phone bill, and the cost of data would supersede the cost of your phone bill. So that's why guys like a BB and those who in that space, because I had a lot of them. Some of my good friends who are killing the game in music, Murder Inc. Founders and stuff like that. They didn't see it either because they didn't understand that there's another wave of communication. It costs so much to do it. So or if you did it on your website, it was such a large way to do it. So it wasn't mobile.
Right.
So they didn't believe in it. But now, when telephone companies, communication companies started giving you free data, right? It changed the narrative of what's going on, and then of course, there's some big things in the last 17 years that also push the envelope. Napster and those things. Apple iPhone definitely changed.
iPhone changed the game completely.
Yeah. So, and then and then Apple Music also. That's where you get it. So, but now we're in a new wave. Like I feel like where we are today is like where NASA's doing to tomorrow. See, NASA tomorrow is doing something that you haven't seen in 10 years. Is going back into space. Right. Well, that's the same thing we're doing with what we do, like the radio station, the TV networks, the online based stuff. It's doing the same thing. This interview right now, you couldn't fathom this 15 years ago.
Actually, about 5 years ago, you had to have. Well, we went through this. The equipment needed to do something like this 5 years ago was crazy. It costs way too much money.
Right, right. So what NASA's doing tomorrow and what we're doing today is the same thing. We're exploring a whole nother horizon, a whole nother window, and it just has to be. We have to get ahead of it faster. I think Timberland and Swiss Beats, they proved it with their first challenges.
Right.
And it's so dope. I think I believe the best one I've seen was the one we saw the other night with Monkey Killer and Beanie
Oh,
Man.
yeah, that was
I think I think
fantastic.
I think that pushed the culture and the concept forward a millionfold.
I agree.
Millionfold.
I agree. Well, starting talking about the streaming and whatnot, there's a lot behind you and what you do. Tell them like where you're from and kind of how you grew up and how you. Because if you guys don't know this, and if you do know this, anyone that's watching this that knows Rich Black, he hustles, he grinds. Like the man
Right.
doesn't sleep, he doesn't stop. His work
You know.
ethic is crazy. Talk about how you grew up and where you kind of got that initial thirst for learning one because we'll get into that maybe you're a scholar first and foremost before all this and then into being an entrepreneur and doing these things.
Well, I mean, thank you. I think one, my history is I'm hip hop, right? I mean, I grew up in hip hop, and I'm West Indian, so I have the best of the world of being a young person growing up in New York City, where hip hop was, you know, taking over the world, and having a Caribbean background, knowing that the world is bigger than the United States. So that just gave me a mindset to see things differently.
Right.
Then moving out of New York, going to college in Miami, it turned me to a whole nother uh, culture, right? And then seeing how we can make things happen. Um, and then I enjoy what I do. My friends are uh, the legendary Murder Inc. Chris and Irv Gotti. Shout out to my guys, man.
Shout out to Chris.
Chris Gotti, Irv. The guys are doing amazing things in for the culture. And watching them do things and they allowing me to plug into what they do has been a blessing, right? Um, Irv Gotti was, those who know, he had the legendary Murder Inc. Record company, producer. He founded, he found so many amazing artists like DMX, um, Clue, Jay Z,
Yeah.
Shanti, Lloyd, Ja Rule. He produced along so many artists like J Lo and Mary J. Blige. So we was a part of that, and he gave us the opportunity uh, to learn the business as he was learning marketing, music production, video production, and while I was going to school. I went to school in Miami. I got my bachelor's degree and then my master's degree and a second master's degree. And I was doing my thing, watching it, using and reading about how he was doing it, and then plugging in with him and showing me just the backstory about everything. I was able to stab out and find my own crew. I found a guy like yourself, an IT guru, right? And,
Right.
uh, and we put it together. I'm a music producer. I manage music producers. Shout out my guy Red Spider, the legendary Red Spider. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Or my guy Nick Fury. So behind the scenes, we was making music for years, and I just wanted to figure out how to connect the music to more pay, and that drove me. So that got me to get involved with radio because I figured radio was an avenue to connect the music for more pay. And then owning my own radio platform, I can then play my own music and increase my own pay. Um, and then from there, I realized that it's bigger than that. It's also about curating music and then developing outlets and bigger, better platform, and then finding new voices. So
Right.
that's a new thing too. Find new voices and faces. So we were one of the first internet stations to become BDS certified. We were one of the first to join the DRT family, digital radio tracker. We were one of the first internet stations, urban internet stations, to be a part of tuning and having, using those outlets, it made the start line equal, right? Because everyone was going on streaming, right? You're talking about the major companies like iHeartRadio and Cox Communication. They all on tuning. They all wanted to get in the streaming space, and we were already on the streaming space. So it's been a great progression, and it doesn't stop because now we're in the TV podcasting.
Right.
We're building our own networks. We're competing with the big boys, Netflix, Hulu's, and there's a lot of ways to do it, and we're not going to stop.
No.
This is $1 billion business, and we're a part of it.
Right. And you said that perfectly, because I mean, really what I noticed and knowing you and being around you really actually have a real good purpose of, I mean, maybe I'm speaking for you and I'm going to ask you, but you like to teach people how to fish, don't give them the fish. Now, like explain that to some people out there, because they don't get that. I think some young entrepreneurs, which we all were at some point in time, especially some of these young kids, they want everything given to them. I don't know if they understand the value or understand why you go through the process of really learning and taking your bumps. Could you, experience, give us some of your losses that really end up coming wins because you learned more out of it?
But it's really the concept of this. One of the most influential lines from a cult favorite of mine is called Shadas, right? And
Right.
Big says, Wayne says to Big, we have a bunch of wolves around us, right? Got a lot of wolves around us, but we gotta go eat, because we don't teach them how to eat. They're gonna eat off our plate, and that's just my concept of life. I don't want to be the only one eating, right? Because if I'm the only one eating, then at some point you're gonna take out of my plate. You're gonna eat my food. You're gonna take my food from me. So I always try to create avenues for everyone to eat, right? And step out and go out there and kill something, so I can eat myself and feed everybody else around, so they can do the same thing. And it's about not being afraid. A lot of people just are complacent in one way of thinking, right? I realize that you can't be complacent. You got to keep pushing the envelope. There's so many avenues out here for us to push the culture. Our culture has not stopped, haven't found an end point yet. And everyone keeps trying to put an end point behind it. You guys are hip hop. No more music. That's it. Y'all all rappers, or they all basketball players, or you're all singers, right? But no,
they don't look at the culture as business.
Now we're moving to another realm, right? Now we're going to be billionaires, and we're going to be content creators. We're going to make our own movies, make our own films, make films about y'all, meaning the other people. You know what I'm saying? We could make movies about ourselves all day, right? And I look at it. I'm honored that people recognize what I bring to the table, but I'm really just doing what I do best and watching those who do it. I gotta shout out people who've been doing it. Deborah Hughes, all the people at Radio One, they did it too, and they did it big. They did it big. Byron Allen, he did it big. I've been watching him for 25 years. He did it big, but these guys are doing it. These people done it quiet, and no one knew they were doing it. When Byron Allen bought the Weather Channel, no one knew that. Right. No one knew that.
Except for us.
But
we knew, because we watched it. Average person doesn't know.
Right. But the average people know what Tyler Perry's doing, right?
Right.
Tyler Perry, takes over Atlanta. Everyone knows about it. Byron Allen buys the Weather Channel. Not them people know about it. I think the lights have to be on both sides, and that's the same thing how I feel about what we do. I mean, what we're doing, what you're doing is amazing. We're still ahead of the curve. But we're unsung heroes, right? We don't get to shine. Right. But it's okay, because we win it. And winners don't care. You know what I'm saying? Winners don't care.
Yeah, we just got to keep going. Got to keep winning and keep showing love and spreading love.
Right.
Let me ask you this, because I don't think I've ever asked you this. What is something you would tell a 20-year-old you
Yeah.
right now?
Well, I tell all the 25 years around me the same thing. I know now. I wish I knew then. Is don't be afraid and focus on the win now, because the win now is going to help you get the win later. See, a lot of times when you're 20 years old, 25 years old, you're on for the glory now, not the win. And there's a difference between the glory and the win. The glory is the shine. It's the Instagram prep and the pat on the back and the Balenciagas and all that. That's the glory.
Right.
But the wins are when you lay down foundation of something that's going to come back and win a year later, 2 years later. Um, like right now, I have a bunch of small projects that I try to put my young people on, my 25-year-olds, my 27-year-olds that are around me. Because what happened is they're looking at the industry now like this is it. Promise them where what they see now is nothing,
Right.
right? The guys are around me that's doing magazines, and the guys are around me, the girls are around me that doing radio. I tell them they're on the wrong route if they just want to be behind the mic or writing the editorials in the magazines. It's about ownership. And what I realized when I was 20 something years old, I was just doing the work. I wasn't trying to own the work.
Right.
Now I want to own the work, and I want everyone to own the work. If we own it, we can win. And that's what I would tell myself if I was 25 years old or 20 years again. It's trying to own it. Own it now. You're gonna win later.
Man, that's actually some real good advice, because like that's something I've been trying to explain that to some people too, is that I've spent a lot of my time working and learning a lot for a lot of people. And if I was when I was, 22, 25, I think even when I was 22, 25, when I met you, we both were like, we're working for people, we're trying to get this paper.
Right.
And
Right.
we want to own our own.
If we would have said, yo, to get work for them, we're gonna do it ourselves, and we wasn't scared.
Right.
And I'm not saying we were scared. It's just that it's a mindset. You know, we're built to believe that we got to survive today, and hopefully
Yeah.
survive today will get us to tomorrow.
Right.
But if you could do it, if you work with somebody for $10 an hour, you should be working for yourself for free. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to prison, like a lot of people end up going, you end up working for free. You know what I'm saying? You end up working for free, right? You go to prison, you're gonna work in the kitchen or the yard or whatever for free. So I can't do that. I'm gonna work for myself now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I mean, I think we're again that's what age does. Give you wisdom and understanding, right? And so
Right.
I never look bad down on artists today. There's some artists that are doing some major things, right? But there's some
Right.
artists that still looking for the handout, still looking for the labels to give them the advance, right?
Right.
Yeah, but the ones who are really out here winning, the ones who they ain't waiting for the label for the advance. They're going out here, they're putting their music up, they're owning their content, and they're booking their own tours, and they're making their own money. Same thing with guys building film.
Mm-hmm.
I tell guys when they come see me, oh, we want to do a scissor reel. No, you're not on the wrong route with me, buddy.
Right.
I ain't building no scissor reel. I'm shooting the whole thing. Let's shoot it. Let's can it, and let's sell it. Or
Right.
put it out ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Building a scissor reel is begging for people for money. If it's a project if the project doesn't include some space age travel, then I don't need your money. I'm gonna do it myself.
If you don't got a Marvel special effects needed, you don't need a sizzle reel at this point.
Nah, man, let's do it. Let's go out here and do it ourselves, man. Let's do it
Right.
ourselves. Do it ourselves.
And I'm glad you also, once again, you brought up another good artist and something else that, I mean, really right now with working with my cousin Travis and doing our Mojo Up, and I was telling him about the media side, and he was always into really the speaking side, and we kind of start talking about the personal brand and actually branding yourselves. And this was something that we had spoke about a long time ago with artists about, and now it's starting to bleed over. Hip hop is bleeding over into business, where
Right.
now the personal brand, the branding of a person, a CEO, is something that rappers and hip hop artists have been doing their whole life. And this is something, I actually learned this from you too, when I came to Miami and just chopped up. You were like, artists don't matter if nobody knows who they are. So, because I remember you having me run, go pick up flyers from Phil, go get this artist, go take him to this spot, go take him to that spot. I'm like, why are we taking them there? Because they need to be seen. And I never really caught that. And then now we're in this new age of what that is, the personal branding side of it. Like, it's a necessity. Like, and kind of explaining that to some of these young people, since you were radio and A&R, and this is kind of what you did. Explain that concept to people that might not really get it.
Yeah, the concept of that is that when an artist comes to me, right, I ask him a real poignant question, like, what do you need, right? And I give him a second to think about it. And all artists say, "Oh, I need money. I'm gonna get some bread. I need a car. I need big shoes, big money, a big chain. I need all this stuff, all this superficial stuff."
Right.
But I tell them that's not what you really need. You need two things as an artist, and I provide that opportunity for you. Artists need to be what? Seen and heard.
And heard.
If they're seen and heard, all the other stuff they're gonna get. They don't get the riches. They don't get the fame. They're gonna get the accomplishments. They're gonna get the bookings and all that stuff. But you got to get them seen, and they got to build a brand so they can be seen and heard. What we do at Highly Unique Radio and Unique Broadcasting, we provide an opportunity for artists to be seen and heard from the gate, from the conception. When they make that first song and they mix and master it, and they get the IRC code on it. If you get it to me, I can get you seen and heard. Our platform reaches over currently 2.1 million streams, 200 million followers and listeners a month on our platform. Our app is available right now. Let me plug that app again.
Got it right there.
Radio.
Right there.
Highly Unique Radio. Go to your Google Store, Google Play Store, or your Apple Store, and you download the app for free. I did some amazing updates on it recently. You'll love it. And also download the South Florida app. It's HUR Soul Flow. Get that app. But if you're an artist, any genre, gospel, reggaeton, hip hop, R&B, country, whatever, get your music to me. I can get you seen and heard, and that's all you need first. That will build your brand. And of course, getting your YouTube, getting your visuals up. This is a visual age right now, so get your videos done, video produced, put them all out. The key of everything is making sure all your content, music and visuals, are IRC code, because that's the concept that equalizes every artist to each other. If you have your music, visuals, right, you're now in the game. Other than that, you're not in the game. If you don't have your and when people say, "Oh, I got my BMI and my ASCAP," that has nothing to do with what you're talking about today.
No.
You talk about your digital imprint that connects you to everything in the universe. Money, connection to radio, terrestrial, and digital. You need your IRC code. And if you need help with that, please holler at me. I'm available all the time for consulting. You can hit me on my Instagram, which is DAREALRICHBLACK, the real rich black. Or you can hit me up at my office at 404-913-2889. And one of my staff members will get back to me, and we could definitely give you some consultation on how to be seen and heard. That's what you really need to be seen and
Right.
heard.
To be seen and heard. That's exactly what's up. And I'm glad you explained that to them, especially the IRC code, because they're still to this day. I run into artists and I'm like, are you coded? Do you know what that is? You know, are you creating the right DJ service packs? You know, like I think that the marketing side of music, which should be well rounded, like you can't find the information, it still shocks me on how many artists and just don't know this.
Right. Right. I mean, here's the thing. Again, this is a little history, right? The reason why most artists don't know about because the label ran all of this stuff.
True.
So look at your history about IRC codes. IRC codes are not new. This is how the industry, the music business, have been getting money from day one.
Right.
All right. So let's give you how this goes. You're a hot artist, right? You get signed to a label. Let's say Sony, Def Jam, any one of the big companies, and you put a project out, and they put the money you in the studio, they're recording it, right? The project is ready to go, and they about to put the project out. Back in the days, the label would say, "Yo, send me the mastered copy of the music, all the masters of the music, all the song masters, send it to me." So the producer would send it up to the label, and label will then code it, right? After the label codes it, label calls you up, so you come up to the office. Let's talk about radio, right? So the label will say, "Okay, we're gonna do a radio budget." Right? And then they're gonna give you an advance on your for radio. Now they coded your music. When they told them give me send me your music, they said the term they used was mix, master, and finalize your music. That word finalization was the coding process, right? But most people didn't know that, right? So now your music is now finalized and it's coded with the record company's codes.
Right.
Def Jam, Sony, Universal. So all that is about ownership. Because when they coded your music, now they own the masters of your music. So now you come to the office and they give you a radio advance budget, $100,000, $200,000, right? And they give it to you, and you go out and now you're out there promoting your music because you're doing your job. You're being seen and heard now, right? So you go through your run, you're amazing. Now it's on the other side of the bell-shaped curve. Now your the money's kind of low. You're now trying to do the second project or whatever,
Right.
and then you're wondering where's my money. So you got your show money, but your show money now is kind of slowed up because records are not that hot anymore, right?
Right.
You need to neck another boost of it. So you go to the label like, yo, the accountants say, yo, you got all this money in radio spins. How do they track the radio spins? It's again by the IRC codes that are tracking your music. And now there's all this money. But now what the label does is tell you, okay, well, yeah, you got a bunch of spins. Oh, that record went platinum, that record went gold, radio spin, da da da. We need to go collect all that money. But they already collected that money because the IRC code already gave them direction of payment already into their account. So that money's already in their account already. The money's in their account already. So now they tell you they gotta go find this money. When they find it, they say, "Yo, for us to go get the money, it's 15% here. There's another fee for this, another fee for that. So let's say if $1 million in radio spins, you only get $100,000 because the advancement money they gave you, they want that money back, right? All that's recoupable. So why artists don't know about it now? Because they never had to do that part of the business, right? Because that business was done behind closed doors. Now, artists, all they think about putting the music out, they won. No, because if it's not coded, it's not tracked, right?
Right.
And you got to buy the codes. And that's just a story about how a bunch of artists, people who understood this concept was like people like Prince. That's why he broke the chains.
Right.
And he exposed IRC codes and how that works. That's how the business is. But now that the big cloth to pull behind the window. Now you can see the light. But a lot of artists still don't do the work because they don't understand the work.
Right.
So again, guys like us, we consult them, help them out, and put them on the right track so they can handle their business from the studio to the world. Because that's where it's missing. You can have all these hot records on your iTunes, your hot record, all the records in your on your hard drive,
or on the
if you
YouTube. These kids, YouTube, they got millions and millions of songs on YouTube that are good, not collecting a dime. They're just sitting there.
But YouTube collecting it because YouTube is putting, if YouTube puts the IRC codes up,
It's
if you
YouTube's
say,
money.
yeah, YouTube money. If you're sending your music to Apple and you don't have no codes on it, Apple codes it for you. Apple don't sell nothing if it ain't coded. So you know where the codes are. But Apple know what the codes are. YouTube know what the codes are. Trust me, they all do. That's how they do money.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's good. I'm glad that I definitely want to make sure I had you on here. Obviously, you are my first guest too, by the way, so I appreciate you. I had to have you on first, my guy.
Salute.
You know how we get down, but there's so many people out there just in this same scenario kind of works for books, which I've realized. People that are writing books, they're running into the same issue. They're not getting their codes.
Again, it's the same process. But if you take your book and you put it on Amazon, right, or any one of those outlets, if you don't do it, if you go to a publisher or whatever, you self-publish, and you take it to them, they will code it for you, and you don't even know. It is so simple. The IRC code and UPC codes are the things you can all do. We all do all by our own, right? And you know you can't. Look, that little number right there, that's a UPC code. Every music, everything we sell has it. Everything has it. Even if it's a digital platform, it has a UPC code.
Yep. Now
the trick about UPC codes, how they defeat it. I don't know if you have time, but Master P was the master of that. You know, he defeated. You know, Master P would tell people he sold 1 million copies or something, but it'll be that one code, all the records on that one code. You know what I'm saying? All on one code. Like my mixtapes, the early game of my mixtape was all on one code.
Oh.
Yeah. So you do, and every song on the mixtape would be on one code. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the guy was making so much money, because you go to the little bodega and they'll scan it, but it'll be the same code for everything they scan.
Right.
And that's how that's the mixtape business was such a prolific business for a long time. And then the record company had to break that up. They had to break that up because there was so much money they weren't making. You know what I'm saying? So, the game is
crazy.
And that's the thing about this concept. What you're doing is so dope, because people charge you to tell all these secrets. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you keep it to yourself, you're perpetuating failure over and over again. So by us telling it makes it better for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
There it is. Yeah, and I'm glad you said it, because that's really why I want to do it, because I realize that I'm not necessarily the greatest teacher. Like, I'm not sit somebody down and give you a class, But I know over the last 20-some years, I've learned from a lot of different people about a lot of different stuff. And I literally was like, I need to bring all the people I know that have taught me stuff on and let them kind of just talk about what they do. And then also showcase, people that I admire and that have helped me. And I think that's going to help a lot of people out there. And of course, all
it's dope. Man, it's dope, man. I think you're doing a dope thing here. I'm glad I'm one of the first people on the platform with you. And I'm just going to inspire and reach out to some of my guys who be on and help me navigate through this business. Promoters like Phil the Mayor, music icon like Chris and Irv Gotti, super producers like Red Spider. I'm gonna reach out to those guys to reach out to you to get them on this platform. This is a dope concept. I believe in this thing. You're doing something amazing, my brother. And any way I can help push this forward for the culture, I'm with you.
Well, that's good because I was already going to put it on your Facebook and Instagram and everything else since I help run that stuff. So
let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Promote it, man. You know, I need
we get to the cash. Hey, Rich Black, thank you so very much. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I appreciate you coming on here to the GrindMode show. Leave email, website, the whole thing.
Well, listen, man. Everybody, please follow me on my gram. My Facebook is Dwight Rich Black Walker. Follow me on Instagram at DAREALRICHBLACK, The Real Rich Black. Download the Highly Unique Radio app. Download the Highly Unique Radio South Florida HUR SoFlo app. Also, look out for some of the projects we got coming out. Shout out to Playhouse Studios in Atlanta. Yeah. And my partner out there is my man HQ. If you're looking for a hot photographer, holla at HQ Films, high quality films, man. That guy is amazing. Also, if you're looking to partner with any of my people, shout out my man Julian Booth, amazing manager, Mr. Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, watch some of the artists. We got some amazing artists that's on the way up. BB Lewis, my man Dog Boy Entertainment, have a female artist. Her name is Diamond Dog. You gotta go get her record. She got a brand new song out right now with Trina. It's called D Waves. Amazing record. It's tearing up the Miami charts right now. Then we have another young lady that's about to blow crazy. Her name is Days Rose Gold. She has a song out right now called So Sick. We're pushing that record so super hard. And also check out Adventist artist Ricky Wood. She has a out right now.
Yeah.
Amazing. Go follow her. Get it. And I believe Irv has a brand new artist named SNF.
Yeah, SNF. SNIF or something. Snif. Yeah, something like that. All that.
Check them out too, man. I mean, these are the brands that I support, and support them also. I promise you, they never let you down. I only support brands that I can deal with and I support, that I believe in. So these are the brands I support: Adventist Music, Murder Inc., Playhouse Studios, Granite Studios, Fast Life ENT, Highly Unique Radio. I believe in those brands. So follow those brands and rock with them.
That's what's up. Thank you once again. And for everyone else, stay tuned. We got more special and great guests. And we'll see you once again on the next episode of GrindMode 1.
GrindMode, baby. GrindMode. Salute.
Peace.
Blessings, bro. Peace.